Good morning, afternoon, or evening, or whenever you may be watching this video. My name is Adam Barnaby, and today I'll be covering true shooting percentage in the NBA. The reason why I picked this data was because it can be used as a metric to measure a team's success to a certain degree, or it can be used by coaches to measure their team's improvement and determine which drills are most effective for their team. And lastly, and most importantly, I found it interesting. So, get comfortable as I explain the background to this data. To get a little bit of background on this information, lately true shooting percentage has been on the rise, and the discourse around it has been whether or not true shooting percentage leads to a winning record, or a higher true shooting percentage leads to a higher winning record. An example of this was the 2016-2017 Warriors, who shot 59.5% in the regular season, then went on to win the championship. So that leaves us with a question. So that brings us to our question. The league average shooting percentage was 56% over a 3-year period from 2017 to 2020. Is there sufficient evidence to prove that the Atlanta Hawks are below the league average during that time span? So, after a little bit of research, I discovered that the Hawks during that 3-year period shot 52.46% from the field. Now, while that is lower than 56, we have to account for the fact that there is a percentage of error. The sample we used is 85, and the standard deviation among those samples was 0.1796. Which leads us to our hypothesis test. Our null hypothesis is H0 equals mu equals 56, the league average. Our alternative hypothesis, which we're testing for, is H1 mu lesser than 56. Because it's lesser than 56, this is a left-tailed distribution. And because we're dealing with means, we are going to be using t-score, which means we'll also use degrees of freedom. Because our sample number was 85, our degrees of freedom will be 84, because our degrees of freedom is our sum minus 1, which is 84. Our p-value will be 0.0362, and our confidence level is 5%. So, in conclusion, after tallying all the numbers, we discovered we must reject at a 5% confidence level because the p-value is smaller than the confidence level. So, there's sufficient evidence to say that the Atlanta Hawks shot under the average true shooting percentage in the league. And here's the graph that clearly shows the league average on the left and the Atlanta Hawks average on the right. So, here are the sources I used for all this information. This has been Adam Barnaby. Thank you for watching my stats presentation.